Hello and welcome to EMP Power Sports and Marine in beautiful St. Mary's, Idaho. Today we're just going to go over our current shop projects for this week and a new piece of equipment we got a couple weeks back. First off, we have this beautiful 1975 Suzuki TC185 we're sorting out. This bike will be for sale. I think I'm going to take it to Mecum Auctions in January in Las Vegas. It has 1,438 original miles. I believe I'm the third owner on paper. This bike is a total sweetheart. We're going to put new tires and tubes on it. I just cleaned out the carburetor. We put a new spark plug in it. We have no sparks, so we just ordered a new condenser as that's the issue. So we're gonna get this bike up and running. It'll be a nice bike for Mecum. We do have a title for it. We have the original owner's manual for it. We have key for it. If you're into TCs, you won't find a nicer one than that. Another bike we might be taking to Mecum. I'm a little hard pressed on whether or not I want to sell this one. This is my 1974 Bultaco Model 115 Alpina 250. Bike's a sweetheart. It's been a little bit of a terror though. First tried out somehow the season, the old spark plug wire made contact with the header. You can see where it burnt. Bike DNF'd. We're replacing the entire ignition system on this bike. New coil, new wire, new cap, new plug. We have a new condenser in here, new points, set the timing. This bike's ready to go. Had a nice 70-mile ride through the hills, ran perfectly. I left fuel in it, which I never do. And we had an issue where it was loading up on me. I could get it to bump, but couldn't get it to kick. Turned out to be that the float needle was compromised, so we just rebuilt this carburetor, cleaned it up, rebuilt it. We have a new float in it as well, a correct ammo float, by the way, too. So we have a new ammo float. Thank you to Hughes Bultaco for setting us up. We also have a new float needle, one of the nice brass ones with the Teflon tip, in place of the old nylon one that was original, as it was all original stuff. We have a new air box coupler right here, so that's been replaced. We have a new, come over here, new air filter on this bike we did earlier this season, so that's been replaced. We have new chain and sprockets, new tires and tubes. This bike is registered and legal for the road. I do have a title, I have the owner's manual. The bike, original owner did all this cool custom leather work on it, rattlesnakes and cactuses, desert scenes. I'm the fourth owner of this motorcycle, so if you're at Mecum in January and I decide to bring this one, you definitely want to get your bids in. The TC will probably be no reserve. I will request a reserve on this because I love this bike. Back here, we're working on a client's. This is a local guy out of Worley. It's a 1947 Indian Chief. It's a beautiful bike. I could tell it was professionally restored and that it sat for about 10 years with fuel and other fluids in it. The bike has a leak, so I'm hoping that's why the oil tank was empty. Otherwise, it may have sumped, so we're still digging into that. We've already rebuilt the carburetor, cleaned it up, rebuilt it, so that's ready to go. We're cleaning out the tanks. We're going to get some fresh fuel in it. We marbled the cylinder heads and let them sit, so that way if we have a sticking ring or anything, it won't be an issue. We are converting the throttle from the left to the right, the ignition advance from the right to the left, the shifter from the right to the left. We want to thank our friends at Jerry Greer for sharing their knowledge on these old Indians and for supplying us with some parts. You guys are wonderful. Thank you again. Another project we have going on this week and probably in the upcoming weeks is my personal 1974 Rickman 250R VR Montesa. This bike, we're getting ready to go race Rattlers Run. We haven't had time to do much racing this year, unfortunately. Our last race, ironically enough, was Rattlers Run last year. We had some issues with the carburation and my ignition system crapped out, so we're going to get this bike sorted and redeem ourselves this year. I also want to show a new piece of equipment we got in the shop that I think is super cool. I've been wanting a lathe for a long time. Picked this up at an estate sale. We have a 1938 Craftsman deluxe model lathe with all the tooling. We can do both standard and metric cutting on this. They just don't make tools like this anymore. I believe Atlas made these for Craftsman. I want to give a shout out to some buddies of mine that gave me some info on these, shared some knowledge. It's a wonderful piece of equipment, a nice addition to the shop. So that's what we have going on here. If you like what we're doing, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button. Visit us at emppowersports.com for great deals on parts, apparel, tooling, and equipment. And we'll see you next time at EMP Power Sports and Marine.